Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I do expect that all of you are fit and fine by the grace of Allah. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too by His grace. Dear viewers, you know that I was sharing some informations about cricket and my passion for cricket. Today, I would like to share with you about some records of cricket, both in Test and One Day. I know that the best organization for cricket is ICC. The full form of ICC is International Cricket Council. The headquarters of ICC is located in Dubai, UAE, and the president of ICC right now is Mr. Greg Barclay of New Zealand. And we know that there are three forms of cricket: Test match, One Day, International match, and T20 match. Actually, in the previous time, Test match had more importance, and the dream of a player is to play in Test cricket. And there are so many records in Test match which you can know about cricket, that the first Test match was played between Australia and England. It was in 1877, and Australia won the match. The first Test match was played in 1877 between Australia and England, and Australia won the match. And we know that the first batsman who got 10,000 runs in Test was Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, and he also got the highest number of centuries in Test for the first time. He got 34 centuries. And this record was broken, and now we know that the batsman who got the highest number of centuries in Test matches is Sachin Tendulkar. His number of centuries is 51 centuries. And he also achieved or scored, Sachin Tendulkar scored the highest number of total runs in Test match. His total runs were 15,921. And he also scored the highest number of centuries. His number of centuries is 51. And we know that Motivational is the highest wicket taker in Test match. He got 800 wickets in Test match. And Shane Warne is the second highest wicket taker bowler in Test match. There was a competition between Shane Warne and Motivational. It's a matter of sorrow that we have lost Shane Warne a few years ago. He is no more with us. But he was known as the number one leg spin bowler in the history of world cricket. And I know that Brian Lara, the player of West Indies, he scored the highest number of individual runs in one innings. His record is he scored 400 runs in one innings. His first record was he scored 375 runs, and this record lasted for long, and this record was broken by Matthew Hayden. He scored 385 runs, but again Lara broke the record. His total run in one innings, individual total run in one innings was 400 runs. and he scored this against England. And there are so many records in Test match. We know that there are three bowlers who got 10 wickets in one innings. The first was Jim Laker of England. The second was Anil Kumble of India, and third was Ajaz Patel of New Zealand. And these three are the records. The three bowlers got 10 wickets in one innings. Mr. Jim Laker from England, Anil Kumble from India, and finally Ajaz Patel of New Zealand. And for the first time, that Alan Border scored highest total number of runs for the first time. His number of runs was 11,174, and this record is stayed for long, and all the records are broken by Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. I know that there are so many famous players of Australia which the world could see, and the most popular and famous batsman for all times of Australia was Sir Don Bradman. He invited two players, one was Sachin Tendulkar, another was Shane Warne. And Sir Don Bradman commented this several times that his batting style could be seen in Sachin Tendulkar. He loved Sachin Tendulkar most. And my favorite player, Sachin, has got so many comments from different players. Shane Warne, the greatest leg spin bowler of Australia, commented like this, that sometimes I couldn't sleep properly when in my dream, I could see that Sachin was hitting six from my ball. So he commented this several times. Sometimes he commented that sometimes I couldn't sleep properly, and when in my dream, I could see that Sachin was hitting six from my balls. So it was a great comment from a great player about a great player. And the spectators, the people of Australia loved Sachin so much. And from Australia could produce a great number of good players, famous players, like we can mention that Don Bradman, Sir Don Bradman, Ian Chappell, Greg Chappell, Trevor Chappell, Alan Border, Dennis Lilly, Marco Estivo, Adam Gilchrist, Ricky Ponting, Damien Martin, Darren Lehman, Brett Lee, Jason Gillespie, and Geoff Marsh. And Geoff Marsh was a very popular cricketer in Australia, and he had two sons, Mitchell Marsh and Sean Marsh. They are playing for Australia right now. And we know that a Muslim player is playing right now for Australia. He is Usman Khaja. The trophy, which is played between India and Australia, is known as Border Gavaskar Trophy. The trophy which is played between Australia and New Zealand is known as Chappell Hardie Trophy. And most prestigious trophy or tournament is held between India and Australia is known as Ashes. It's a battle, or it's a competition of prestige for them. And we know that we have got so many great players for South Africa, like uh, Gary Carsten, Herschel Gibbs, Jack Kellis, Del Carlinan, Arnold Donald, Sean Pollock, Hashim Amla. So he's a very gentleman player in the history of world cricket. And another Muslim player was in South Africa. He was Imran Tahir. He was a bowler. And there were two players who were black, like two or three players like Ashwell Prince, Roger Telemachus, Mackay Anthony. They also played for South Africa. South Africa had a great domination in world cricket, but they couldn't get any trophy. It was a matter of great sorrow for them. They couldn't win any World Cup tournament. And we know that there are great players of New Zealand like Richard Hurley, Martin Crowe, Stephen Fleming, Nathan Estelle, Roger Toos, Craig McMillan, Chris Cairns, Chris Harris, Dion Nash, Adam Perore, and Ross Taylor. We know that Jacob Oram. Jacob Oram was also an all-rounder. And for West Indies, there's so many great players of West Indies which the world could see, like Sir Garfield Sobers, Sir Gary Sobers, Malcolm Marshall, Joel Garner, Viv Richards, Gordon Greenies, Desmond Haynes, Clive Lloyd. And when West Indies became champion in World Cup in 1975 and 1979, Clive Lloyd was the captain at the time. And Sir Viv Richards was a great player during that time. And you know that there is so many great players of Pakistan which the world could see, like Imran Khan, Javed Miadad, Injamamul Haq, Moin Khan, Rashid Latif, Wazim Akram, Walker Yunis, Saklain Mostaq, Shoaib Akhtar, Saeed Anwar, Amir Sohail, Selim Malik, Ijaz Ahmed. Later, we got also so many great players like Salman Butt, Muhammad Asif, and Muhammad Amir, but they couldn't play so many matches later because of their corruption. And still now they are getting or producing good players like Babu Rajam, Fakhri Jaman, and we know that there Asif Iqbal. There are so many great players of India the world could see, like Kapil Dev, Mohinder Amarnath, and Said Kirmani, and Krishnamacharya Srikanth. They were the players of World Cup winners in 1983. Kapil Dev was the captain at the time. Sunil Gavaskar, and later Sachin Tendulkar, Shoaib Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, VVS Laxman, Javagal Srinath, Venkatesh Prasad, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli, Yuvraj Singh, Mohammad Kaif. A great number of players. So Jahir Khan, Ashish Nehra, Muhammad Sami. They got so many. Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin. They play in the IPL, and in order to Kapil Dev had world records, and he's the first bowler who got highest number of wickets in Test match. 434 wickets he got for the first time, and this record lasted long. And this record was Kapil Dev was the highest wicket taker for the first time. His number of wickets was 434 wickets, and this record was broken by Courtney Walsh, the former fast bowler of West Indies, who was the bowling coach of Bangladesh. His number of wickets was 519. Now we know that the highest number of wicket taker bowler in Test is Muttiah Muralitharan, 534 wickets he got. And you know that so his number of wicket is 800 in test match, and in one day match he got 534 wickets. Both in test and one day, Motivational is the highest wicket taker. Both in test and one day, Sachin Tendulkar is the highest number run achiever batsman. In test, he got more than 50,921 runs in test match, and in one day match he scored 18,426 runs. Sachin Tendulkar is the only batsman who got most of the records, who achieved most of the records, and he was the highest centurion both in test and one day. In test his number of centuries is 51, and this record, and in one day his number of centuries is 49, and this record was recently broken by Virat Kohli. His number of century in one day was 49, and this record is broken by Virat Kohli. His number of century is 50 now. Virat Kohli, the number of century of Virat Kohli is 50 now in one day match. And Sachin Tendulkar could score more runs in one World Cup cricket. He was the highest number of run achiever batsman in World Cup, in one day match, in test match. He played most of the matches in test one day. And now that we have already got some information about cricket, about test matches. Three bowlers who have got 10 wickets. First was Jim Laker from England, second was Anil Kumble from India, and third was Ajaz Patel from New Zealand. And Brian Lara is the only batsman who scored 400 runs in test match in one innings. The first record was achieved by him. His first record was 375 runs. It was broken by Matthew Hayden. His run was 385, and this record was broken by again Brian Lara. He scored 400 runs, and in first class match he scored 500 runs. Brian Lara, who is known as the bridegroom of cricket. And we know that Wasim Akram is the only bowler who got 2 wickets, two hat-tricks, both in test and one day. And Wasim Akram was the first bowler who scored highest number of wickets in one day match. His number of wickets was 500, and this record was broken by Motivational. His number of wickets is now 534. And Wasim Akram was the only bowler who could bowl in different styles. He could bowl 6 balls in 6 different ways. And he's the only bowler who could change the match within a very short time. So he achieved so many records in test and one day match. And Imran Khan has commented that in world cricket, Wasim Akram is the most successful and most talented player in the history of world cricket. So what the world could produce so many great players. Okay, and in the previous time it was known that there are 4 great all-rounders all over the world in the history of world cricket. One was Imran Khan from Pakistan, Kapil Dev from India, and Richard Hartley from New Zealand, and Ian Botham from England. They were known as the most famous, popular cricketers, all-rounders for all times. They're known the best all-rounders for all times. One is from Kapil Dev, one is Kapil Dev from India, Imran Khan from Pakistan, Ian Botham from England, and Richard Hartley is from New Zealand. So Richard Hartley was also a highest wicket taker bowler in test match. His number of wickets were 431, and it was broken by Kapil Dev. His number of wicket in test match was 434, and this record was broken by Courtney Walsh. His number of wicket was 519. And all the records are broken by Shane Warne and Motivational. Motivational is the highest wicket taker bowler in test match now, and second is Shane Warne. And they were spin bowlers, but as a first bowler, the highest number of wicket was grabbed by Mr. James Anderson from England. There are three fast bowlers, great fast bowlers who were the tallest, like Chris Tremlett, James Anderson, Stuart Broad, Steve Harmison. They were tallest. And you know that the most tallest bowler for all times is Mr. Irfan Khan from Pakistan. He was 7 foot and 2 inch tall. And the first we got so many fastest bowlers in the history of world cricket, like Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee, Jeff Thompson, and there was a competition between Brett Lee and Mr. Shoaib Akhtar. Shoaib Akhtar was known as Rawalpindi Express, and Mr. Mustafi bin Mortaja from Bangladesh is known as Norail Express. They could, and Sean Tate was also a fast bowler, great fast bowler from Australia. So we know that the highest bowling record for in one-day match it was achieved by Mr. Jamin Nafas, who got 8 wickets. He got only 19 runs against Zimbabwe. It was a very short time match. Zimbabwe scored only 38 runs in 15 overs, and Sri Lanka defeated Zimbabwe, and they took only 5 overs to win the match. And so it was a match of 20 overs only, and Chaminavas got 8 wickets with 19 runs, and a lot of bowlers got 7 wickets in one match. Like the first record was achieved by Mr. Akib Javed. His number of wicket was 7. He gave only 36 runs. And this record was broken by Waqar Innis. He gave 30 runs and he got 7 wickets. Glenn McGrath got 7 wickets. Trent Bolt, Tim Southee, they have also got 7 wickets. But the best bowling record of Chamin Navas was he got 8 wickets with 19 runs only. It was a world record. And we know that from England they have also got good players, great players like Alan Lamb and Geoffrey Boycott. So Geoffrey Boycott had also records. His number of test century was 29 century. He was a great batsman. And David Gower, David Lloyd, they are now commentators in the history of world cricket. Nasser Hussain, Adam Holyoke, Ben Holyoke, Eric Stewart, Alan Mullally, Andrew Caddick, Ashley Giles, Darren Gough. They are very popular now. Now a lot of you know that Eoin Morgan, David Morgan, they are good players of England cricket team. And I have forgotten to mention that Kenya was also a strong team once upon a time. And Kenya, and we know that in the ICC trophy, Bangladesh defeated Kenya in 1997. And Maurice Odimbe was the captain at that time. And there are so many great players of Kenya cricket team, like Steve Tikolo, Maurice Odimbe, Asif Khori, Mohammad Sheikh, Deepak Chudasama, Ravinder Shah, Mohammad Sheikh, Tony Suji, Martin Suji. They were great players of Kenya, and it's a matter of surprise that in the 2003 World Cup cricket, India and Australia reached final, and Kenya reached semi-final, and they were defeated by India. Unfortunately, they could not reach the final, and it was a great victory for them. It was a great achievement for Kenya. But nowadays, it's a matter of great sorrow that Kenya cannot play cricket nowadays. And we know that there are some dirty politics in Zimbabwe, and that's why Zimbabwe cricket team is not strong nowadays. But in the previous time, they could defeat any team. When Alistair Campbell, Neil Johnson, his district, Andy Flower, Grant Flower, Craig Wishart, Stuart Carlyle, they played for Zimbabwe. That was a great team at the time. we know. And we know that the World Cup winners we have got several times. The first World Cup was the first World Cup winner was West Indies. They won the first World Cup in 1975. They defeated Australia first, and second in 1979. Again, West Indies became champion. Clive Lloyd was the captain in 1975 and 1979. In 1979, West Indies defeated England, and in 1983, India defeated West Indies. In 1987, Australia defeated England. In 1992, Pakistan defeated England. In 1996, Sri Lanka became champion, and they defeated Australia. In 1999, Australia became champion, and they defeated Pakistan. In 2003, again Australia became champion, and they defeated India. In 2007, for the third times they won. In 2007, they defeated Sri Lanka. Australia became champion. And 2011, that means 2011, the opening match which was held in Bangladesh at that time, India became champion. The final match was held in Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, and Sachin played in the World Cup. And we know that India defeated Sri Lanka. India became champion in 2015 again. 2015, Australia became champion. They defeated New Zealand. In 2019, a great match was played between England and New Zealand. England became champion. It was a super over match, and Ben Stokes played well in that match, and England became champion in 2019 and 2023. Again, Australia became champion, and they defeated New Zealand. But it's a matter of course that New Zealand and South Africa could not reach any World Cup tournament. They were defeated in the final match, semi-final match. It's a bad luck for them. But even after that, they play well. They have produced a great number of great players. And we know that in one day, the highest individual run in one innings was achieved by. Was grabbed by Mr. Rohit Sharma. He scored 264 runs. And the first double century was scored by Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. He was unbeaten 200 runs. He scored 200 runs unbeaten. And Virendra Sehwag also got a double century. Chris Gayle, and in the last World Cup match, Mr. Glenn Maxwell got double century. Actually, we know that there are some players who are known as Little Master, like Don Bradman, Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar. They were known as Little Master. In the history of world cricket, some players got the title of Sir Richard Hurley, Sir Ian Botham, Sir Curtly Ambrose. They got the title of Sir. So we know that I have already mentioned that there were four great all-rounders for all times: Imran Khan, Kapil Dev, Richard Hurley, and Ian Botham. And Imran Khan, when Imran Khan was the captain for Pakistan in 1992, Pakistan defeated England and they won the World Cup. And with the money of winning World Cup, he founded or established hospital for his mother, Imran Khan. And later he was elected as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who is the chief of PTI, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. There are so many players who got involved in politics later, like Arjuna Ranatunga was also an MP and minister for Sri Lanka, and Imran Khan was from Pakistan. He was elected the Prime Minister for Pakistan. And from Bangladesh, we know that Saqib Al Hasan and Musharraf bin Mortaja are now a member of parliament now. And Musharraf bin Mortaja was selected as whip of parliament, national parliament. So we have got so many records in world cricket. We have mentioned already, and ICC is a great organization for cricket, A lot of great players are produced from here, and we know that there are so many brothers in the history of world cricket. There were two brothers or three brothers or twin brothers. And we know that from Australia, great players, two great players we got from Australia, Mark Wine and Steve Waugh. They were very great players from Australia. Shane Lee Bratley from Australia. And we know that from Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe could produce two great players. They were brothers, Grant Flower, Andy Flower. And from Pakistan, we have got three brothers, Umar Akmol, Adnan Akmol, and Kamran Akmol. They are three brothers. Hamish Marshall, and we know that Michelle Mars, Sean Mars, they are two brothers. They're playing from Australia right now. In Bangladesh, from Bangladesh, you got two brothers like Nafis Iqbal, Tamim Iqbal. Tamim Iqbal is the greatest opening batsman for Bangladesh in the history of world cricket. I know that Nafis Iqbal was also a great player, but he couldn't play more matches, unfortunately. And cricket is a source of entertainment for the cricket lovers of Bangladesh all over the world. In our subcontinent, is the most popular game. And most of the people enjoy cricket very much. And when IPL starts, and when IPL started first, people enjoyed more. They came to know about cricket more and more. And we know that CPL, PCL, and in Bangladesh BPL is played, and we get so many foreign players nowadays who visit Bangladesh, and they play for Rangpur Riders, Borishal Barnes, like this, and they are very popular cricketers. And we know that there were so many records in the history of world cricket, like Shohid Afridi was the first batsman who got a century from a fewest balls, he got a century from 37 balls, and this record was broken. And we know that some players who scored 6 from 6 balls in T20, Yuvraj Singh got he scored 36 runs from 6 balls, and Stuart Broad was the bowler. Can you still remember the match between India and England? And you know that Ravi Shastri in Test match, Geddy Sovers, they also got runs from 6 balls. They scored 36 runs. Herschel Gibbs in one day, he scored 36 runs from 6 balls. They have achieved so many records, actually, and records are created for breaking, or records are broken several times from different players. So the world can produce a lot of great players or cricketers nowadays, and it's a matter of great surprise for us. And our young generations have much interest for cricket, because Bangladesh has a lot of achievements in world cricket. We also enjoyed cricket very much. So we have mentioned the records. I tried to mention it before you. So far, according to my knowledge, so far as I have come to know about cricket, I have mentioned it to you. Again, I'm going to repeat that we know that ICC is an organization. The chief of ICC is Mr. Greg Barclay, and we know that there are so many great chairmen or presidents for ICC, like Jagmohan Dalmia. We know that when Jagmohan Dalmia was the president of ICC, at that time Bangladesh got Test status. He had a great contribution for our cricket, for the rising of cricket, Test cricket. Bangladesh got Test status in 2020 on 26 June, and Jagmohan Dalmia was the president of ICC at that time. And Ihsan Mani from Pakistan, Malcolm Gray, Shashank Manohar from India was the former chief of ICC. They have great contributions for cricket. A lot of contributions they have for cricket. Ray Mali, and the most amiable cricketer for all times is Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, who is my favorite player. I like his batting most, and he had so many records in Test, in one day. He was the highest number of century. He is the most popular cricketer for all times, and he was one of the richest players for all times. and this is a matter of joy for me that he was my favorite cricketer. And actually a lot of things are to be described or discussed before you, but so far as I know, for what I know, I could share my opinions about crickets. As a fan of cricket, as a lover of cricket, I'd have described before you. Please make my apologies. I beg your pardon for this if I make any mistakes to share my informations about crickets. Please don't take it otherwise for that. I will try to watch my videos, inshallah, and I will also share some more informations about cricket, football, or for other games, which I got much pleasure. I'm trying to share with you that in the previous time I got much pleasure by watching cricket match, football match, and lawn tennis match. But nowadays I have lost all my interests. I'm not getting much time for this, and that's why I cannot manage much time for watching this cricket match or one day match or football match or lawn tennis match. But inshallah, I have passion for it. And please keep me in your prayer. May Allah keep all of us safe and sound. Okay, that's all for today, dear learners, dear viewers. May Allah keep all of us hale and hearty. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.